Hello, my name is Ryan Flacco Rising, and I'm formerly incarcerated. I'm actually currently a student. I actually just recently graduated from San Diego City College with my associate's degree in behavioral science. I'll be attending the fall at UC Santa Barbara in the comparative literature interdisciplinary program, and I'll be designing my own degree. I'll be pulling from sociology, Black studies, and Chicano studies with an emphasis on mass incarceration and gangs. I was incarcerated at a very young age. At the age of 12 years old, I was incarcerated. And I went and grew up in the juvenile justice system. Got out, ended up going to the county jail. And then I was incarcerated at the age of 25 for 7 years in the California Department of Corrections. I'm a product of the system. I grew up in incarceration. I have a lived experience and I have an inside view of what's really taking place within our systems that exist right now. And the research I want to do is comparing Germany's prison structure as well as Portugal's policies to America's prison structure and policies, and showcase how they've eliminated mass incarceration in their country and decarcerated their countries. At the age of 27, I was in New Folsom State Prison, which is a maximum security prison in Sacramento. I found myself in a real brutal prison riot. It went on for 10 minutes. They had shot over 15 live ammunition rounds at us. Shot a couple guys in the leg. One of the guys got shot in the arm, shrapnel in one of the heads. After that riot, I looked around and there was bloody bodies laying everywhere, and I made it back to my cell, and 2 weeks later I decided to sign up for college. It was through Lassen Community College. My first two courses were Pharmacology of Drugs of Abuse and College Success, which is a personal growth class. These two courses changed my whole life. Pharmacology of Drugs of Abuse, I did 13 research papers, and it was all about each drug that I used. I fell in love with education. After I did Pharmacology of Drugs of Abuse, I'm happy to say I'll never use drugs ever again. I don't even like to use aspirin or Tylenol. I knew what I was doing to myself, and I took that personal growth class in College Success, and it not only taught me how to be a great student in school, it also taught me how to be an amazing student in life. And I fell in love with knowledge. I fell in love with educating myself. And from that day forward, I've just been pursuing my education. I do a lot of social justice work. I'm an activist. I'm all about uplifting the community. I believe that we need to get back in the business of building each other up instead of breaking each other down for profit. I love organizing people, and I love uplifting them and showing them that they can overcome anything that's in their way. And I actually just organized a group in Santa Barbara called the Underground Scholars Santa Barbara, which is a formerly incarcerated student-led club that's all about uplifting formerly incarcerated students. I'm a big writer. I do a lot of spoken word, poetry. I like to go to a lot of different open mics and share my work. I'm also a published author in a book called Reclaiming Our Stories. You can get it on Amazon. My story's called Second Chances. And I share my story all over the place. And I use that as my way to give back and make amends with the community that I once was out being hateful and showcasing so much hatred to. And that's my way of keeping myself on the right path now. One thing that's lacking in this country is we've gotten away from knowing thy neighbor. We don't know each other anymore. And I feel that that's the key components that's missing in our communities that's allowing them to divide and conquer us. My writing is a very key component to what I want to do for the rest of my life, which is teaching and becoming a professor at some point and teaching a creative writing class. And so when I use my writing as a tool to connect with everyone, I've done my writings in different schools, and I do a creative writing class, and it's called the one-liner class. And so what we do is we each write one sentence, and then we trade all these sentences, and then we write everything down for like 20 minutes that comes to our mind about that sentence. And once we write it down, we share it, and we get that experience of standing up in front of the classroom and sharing our words. And now you're connected to that person whose sentences is. And after he reads his piece or she reads her piece, we ask, whose sentence was that? And the person raises their hand. So now they're connected, and that's a way to build connection. And I use my writing to connect everyone. About poetry, I love the way you can put your words together like Legos. I love it. I love one piece that I wrote that I'll share with you. I wrote when I was in juvenile hall at the age of 12 years old. We used to play soap hockey. We started writing notes, and we started tying them with a piece of our sock string on the soap. And I started writing in letters, and I started realizing I was a real good poetry writer. And so I wrote this piece, and it's called Free, and it goes like this. Free, that's where I want to be. I shouldn't have done what I did. I messed up big. It's my life. I shouldn't have lived it on the wild side. I'm just glad I didn't die. I just want to sit back and cry, take a peek at my past life. If I hadn't screwed up, I'd be on the outside looking in. But now I'm locked behind a solid steel door, walking around on my concrete floor. I've done it to myself though, so I might as well accept it and go with the flow. Free, that's what I'm gonna be. I'm a big writer, so I'm gonna write my poetry book because I wrote a lot of poetry while I was in prison. And the book that I'm writing right now is all the poetry that I did while I was in prison and incarcerated. And it's gonna be called Prison Traumatic Stress Disorder. And it's going to talk about the feelings and the emotions I was going through as I was writing each piece. And it's going to show the inside view of a person who's incarcerated, their mindset, what they're feeling, how they view their surroundings. And I'm going to break down in this book all of that.
What's up, people of the internet? My name is Riley Rising, and I'm 10 years old in 5th grade.
My name is Lavana Rising. I'm 12 years old. I'm going into 8th grade.
I want to become a writer. I just like writing. I do a lot of writing in class, and I like write books.
And for me, I really want to become an actor. I just think I'm very dramatic and artistic, and I really like that type of stuff. I'll go to the beach.
Yeah, I go to the beach. Well, he's saying he wants to like publish more books and stuff, and I hope that happens for him, and I hope that he gets like great grades in like UC Santa Barbara, and also like graduate college.
I kind of use it like as a learning tool for like to my advantage. Because like, you know, Instagram is photography, YouTube cinematography, Twitter is a lot of writing and expressing ideas.
So my hopes and dreams for my kids, like I just want them to be successful in life. I want them to grow into the person that they're destined to become. I want them to go on to college. I want them to do whatever they aspire to do. I don't want them to get captured by the juvenile justice system. I don't want them to experience incarceration. I don't want them to experience drug addiction. You know, and I always emphasize that I did that so that they don't have to do it. I want to break the cycle with them, you know, because it's like this cycle that just continues, and I want that cycle to be broken and stopped here and now. And so I emphasize that a lot to them. We have 2.9 million people incarcerated in our country. It's no longer about rehabilitation. It's no longer about corrections. It's about profit. It's about profiting. It's about making money. Each one of these people are looked at as a dollar sign. So in California alone, $15.7 billion of our California budget every year goes to the California Department of Corrections. So each person in just the state of California is worth $75,623 a year. If you give that person a life sentence, they're worth close to $4 million for 25 years. And it's sad that we live in a country where we depend on crime to exist in order for our services to exist. So if we could rid our country of crime, there would no longer be a court system, there would no longer be district attorneys, there would no longer be any type of child protective services. There would no longer be these services that exist solely for the purpose of crimes that exist in our communities. So it's up to the youth, it's up to the future leaders of our country to realize that we're not about money. And I quote this every day when I wake up, every morning. Watch your thoughts, they become words. Watch your words, they become actions. Watch your actions, they become habits. Watch your habits, they become your character. And watch your character, it becomes your destiny. Without you. I live by that. And I feel that America and everyone in this country needs to live by that as well. Hi, my name is Ryan Flacco Rising, and I'm not my crime.